Here's why I believe you should still buy Battlefront 1 in 2023. Now the thing is, Battlefront 1 and 2 are both great games. I still play both, but I've noticed lately I've been playing Battlefront 1 so much more than Battlefront 2. The replayability aspect on both is amazing. Maybe a little bit better on Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1 just captures the vibe of Star Wars itself so much better than I believe Battlefront 2 does. When I play Battlefront 2, it feels like any other game, right? Like Call of Duty or Overwatch, where you're just playing a character that has this ability and that ability. On Battlefront 1, not only is it that, but it actually feels like you're playing as Lando or Darth Vader. Like you actually feel the character himself, which is hard to describe because it's just a vibe and sort of an emotion that cannot be really well explained. But for those who are playing Battlefront 1, you'll get what I mean. Battlefront 2 just doesn't capture that as well for me. It's a great game, but I think Battlefront 1 just captures that so much better. And I feel like the attention to detail in this game is almost better than Battlefront 2. Now what I mean by attention to detail, it's not just like the way the map looks or character looks, because let's be honest, I believe Battlefront 2 did a better job because it's the newer game and they just did a better job in general. Now you're gonna tell me, well, Battlefront 1's saber mechanics, for example, sucks, and it still does. But what I mean is that actual heroes all had different abilities. They were all very, very unique. Lately I've just been maining Han because he's so different than the other players that I've played as. And I was like, wait, he's actually very good by himself. Leia is also really good by herself for another playstyle. If you noticed on Battlefront 2, Rey is very similar to Obi-Wan. Luke is very similar to Obi-Wan in some sort of ways. Maul is similar to Vader, but he's just not as tanky. Like, they're all kind of similar, and after a while, the abilities are kind of reused. Anakin's reused from the pull. It's this better pull than Kylo's, but it's a reused ability. He has a pretty shitty repulse from Luke. And then after that, Passionate Strike is an actual new ability, but even the new ability itself is meh. And Retribution is pretty dope. But you see what I mean? They're kind of just remade. On Battlefront 1, they were all fresh. That's the thing. Every hero is actually fresh baked. It's a weird analogy, but you'll see what I mean. For example, there's heroes like Jyn Erso, which aren't the best, but they're unique. Her playstyle is to weaken everybody else, and that's where she strides. Krennic is also kind of the same. He's just a support. He buffs everyone and makes everybody else weaker, but him himself, he's pretty bad. If you take Greedo, he's just a sharpshooter and he just destroys anybody, and the more you shoot with Greedo, the more damage you deal. So every hero is so different, and depending on your mood, you'll do very well with at least one of them. If you feel like you just don't want to play a lot and you just want to go in and take a bunch of damage and don't care about anything else, you take Vader. Super tanky, does a lot of damage, done. If you feel like helping everybody else, take a Leia or a Palps or even Krennic. So that's what I mean. With Battlefront 2, a few heroes are very clean, but after that they all kind of feel the same. Grievous, for example, is very different from Vader, so that's great. So the point I'm trying to make is Battlefront 1 is very unique to their heroes. That's what I like. They've made the heroes so you feel like you're really playing as a boss. Like you're really playing as Palpatine himself, the character. You feel like you're playing the actual character, not just a human shape with an ability that has lightning. That's what Battlefront 2 feels like lately. Maybe it's because I played it a lot, but I've also played Battlefront 1 a lot, probably more than Battlefront 2, and it still doesn't feel that way. The vibes on this game are unmatched. Now let's just talk about the heroes and stuff. The game modes also feel more like a movie. If you play Walker Assault, which is this game's like main game mode, it feels so good. Like, it just feels like a whole cinematic, especially if you're doing very well and you're playing with your friends. Oh, it feels so good because there's 3 stages to the map and it flows by so well. You see yourself starting from the first, slowly gliding towards the second. There's 2 small objectives, but it's perfect. It's not too distracting. It's just good enough where everybody's crowded in one spot. You'll find some places everywhere else. And also, might I add, the power-ups were so weird, but they added such great stuff to the game. I didn't think power-ups were going to be that good. Oh my god, it's so nice to have. It's like an extra. it's amazing. The fact that Battlefront 2 doesn't have power-ups, I'm kind of surprised. I can understand that, but still, I really wish they brought it back. Power-ups were amazing. And very last thing before I end the video, I don't want to make it too long. The star cards. Although it seemed stupid, but the star cards were very nice because it makes you play very differently. You're never going to tell me we also have star cards on Battlefront 2. Yes, but it's not exactly the same thing. Like, it's to upgrade a certain thing from your character that they're forcing you to get. For example, the officer, right? He has a boost, he has a sentry gun or like a flash. Now you can switch off the sentry gun and get something else, and the boost and get another kind of boost, but you still have to stick, for example, to a boost. If you're not getting health boost, then you're getting the recharge boost. You still have to get a boost. What if you don't want to have a boost, but you still want to play the officer? Then you have to go play the heavy or assault. With this, you don't have to. You can make... It's like if you could make a character on Battlefront 2 that has traits of an assault, but also traits of a heavy, but a little bit of hint of the sniper class specialist. That's what you can do in Battlefront 1, and although we didn't realize at the time how great it was, after playing Battlefront 2 quite a bit, Battlefront 1 has done this perfectly. In conclusion, Battlefront 1, I would still rebuy it if I didn't have it today. It's such a great game, it's super immersive, you can play for a very long time. Yes, it has a lot of downsides, especially with the sabers. They're just basically Barbie dolls. It's not a perfect game, but I think it's still an amazing game, and that's too bad we can't have any Kusas and stuff in this game. I would have loved to do that. It's still kind of possible, but it's not as good as Battlefront 2's. The graphics are still very amazing for a game from 2015. Yes, they don't really compare to the one from Battlefront 2, but you can see where Battlefront 2 got the good genes. Anyways, tell me what you think, because I'm still going to play this a lot. I don't really post a lot of videos about it, because most of my audience is Battlefront 2. But Battlefront 1 is such an amazing game, very immersive. If you don't have it already, I strongly recommend you get it. It's probably $5 at your near Best Buy or something. Go get it, boys. I'll see you there.
Yeah.